Of the few surgical ablation-related studies performed on humans, most are performed on epileptics to remove the source of their seizures. Only those epileptics with the most dire symptomology ever receive a severing of the corpus callosum to prevent their seizures from actively crossing between hemispheres and engulfing the entire brain. These split brain findings cast considerable confusion into debates about localization of brain function, as they seem to demonstrate two separate consciousnesses in the opposing hemispheres of the brain. Now, these patients demonstrate an acute inability to monitor interhemispheric behavior. This manifests in a condition called alien hand syndrome. Patients with alien hand syndrome quite literally have to physically fight for control over the behavior of their alien hand. This is because its actions fall exclusively under the control of the non-linguistic right hemisphere. Interestingly, this hand behaves in ways the linguistically capable left hemisphere just cannot explain. And this behavior seems to be generated from a conscious locus of control that is functioning outside of their left hemisphere's perception. Now, Sperry received a Nobel Prize in 1981 for his discoveries into the fundamental processing differences between the two hemispheres that he was able to accomplish using these split brain patients. However, his suggestion that there are non-linguistic yet conscious mechanisms of behavioral control located in the right hemisphere, well, that's inspired some considerable debate and research into split brain phenomenon and a lively debate into the differing functions of the two hemispheres. For example, it's been found that linguistic processing is a weakness of the right hemisphere, which extends even into visual tasks like reading. However, the right hemisphere can be thought of as the brain's creative interpreter of fundamentally ambiguous information. This is because the right hemisphere engages in problem-solving novel situations, while the left hemisphere puts those situations into words. It is believed that what is occurring in hemispheric neglect anosognosia patients is that stroke damage to the right hemisphere has impaired the patient's ability to interpret novel situations, so they can no longer adequately process the reality of their own paralysis. Instead, their linguistically intact left hemisphere creates excuses for their situation because it cannot comprehend it. Interestingly, it has been demonstrated by Ramachandran et al. That these excuses that they come up with follow the familiar Freudian pattern of psychological defense mechanisms. Interestingly, this lack of perceptive self-insight cannot be said to be just localized to the right hemisphere. Alien hand syndrome has been found to affect the hand of individuals with left medial frontal lobe damage also, and so also belie this hypothesis. However, these regions of the brain do play some role in the perceived ability to choose, which will be the discussion of my next video.